Welcome back to another video. I'm CleanKick7,
It's CleanKicksT,
and we're gonna give you our opinion on mids.
our honest opinion.
Honest, yeah.
Honest opinion.
I don't know how you feel about them.
Well, yeah, that's why we're having this video. All right, before we really dive into the bulk of this video, I just wanted to take a second, kind of explain what the difference is between lows, mids, highs, just kind of take you through everything. So lows, essentially just a Jordan 1 high that has just been cut right where your ankle is, unless it's an OG pair.
And it's got the lower cut,
Yep.
which I'm a fan of.
Yep, there's a couple different things. I mean, it is a lower cut, but the biggest difference between OG pairs of Jordan 1 lows that they do, and then kind of just new colorways that they come out with is the tongue. Tongue on these ones have a Jordan logo, whereas tongues on those will have Nike Air. Tongue is thinner on this, nice and thin, pretty bulky. Jordan logo, Nike Air logo.
The back tabs are different. Materials are better on the OGs, I find usually. But
Yeah, and then the logo on the back is just in a different place as well. So
yeah,
nothing
pretty much
too
the same
crazy.
thing,
Yeah,
but I just prefer the OGs.
yeah, I do like the cut of this one more. But a mid, pretty much gonna be, I mean, what, half an inch, quarter of an inch,
I feel like even less than a half of an inch, yeah.
maybe a quarter of an inch taller than a Jordan 1 low is. Same style of cut, pretty similar materials.
It just looks a little bit more like a high.
Yeah, just looks a little bit more like a high. Again, the tongue thicker, the Jordan Air symbol. And last but not least, we have mids versus highs. So highs typically, the leather that they'll use tumbled leather a lot. It just is a little softer. It
Buttery.
doesn't crease as much. People, describe it as buttery. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
It's fine. The biggest, another difference, the tongue. Again, this is thinner, has the Nike Air stamp instead of the Jordan. Same kind of logo here on the side. Nothing too crazy as far as difference goes. And then again, the difference between a low and a high. You can
I
see
feel
it
like
for
that's
yourself.
less than like,
It's like
it's barely even, but you can still tell.
1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Again, this difference is pretty minuscule in my opinion. Like this is not a huge deal. It was actually funny. We did a giveaway a couple weeks ago of the Women's Kentucky Jordan 1 mids. And I came into work one day and I had my Storm Blue Jordan 1 highs on. And I put them on the floor next to him and I was looking at the two side by side. And I was like,
They're basically the
the
same.
difference between these two pairs of shoes is about $600.
Kick us off?
Sure.
All right.
All right, so let's let's start with this question. Why do you think people hate mids?
It's literally just a bandwagon.
Think
Like,
so?
there were some old mids that sucked, and now everybody's like, oh, mids suck.
That's it.
Yeah.
You hate it because it's like, you think they hate them because it's like popular to hate mids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wear mids, then it's like, ooh, in like the sneaker community.
Yeah.
And so it's like, might as well get lows or highs instead.
Yeah. I think that's true. I've heard a lot of people say that like you buy mids because you can't afford highs, but mids are also like not cool enough to be Jordan 1 lows. There's a lot of stuff going around about mids. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Like a lot of people hate them because it's just popular too. And I just think people follow trends so much these days, they don't really form their own opinions on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely could fall into that category. I also think that sometimes with mids, they don't take as much like care or put as much like love into the shoe.
Yeah. So they end up
Personally?
being beaters.
Yeah. So, you get like not well thought out designs or like bad quality. But pretty much every pair of mids now is like selling out. So
And they're good colorways too.
a lot of them are. Yeah. I don't necessarily think it's a thing of the past. I think there's always still going to be people who hate mids, but I honestly think they're solid.
Yeah. I generally don't wear mids
Yeah.
because I have plenty of lows and plenty of highs. I just choose either of those. But
Sure.
if I'm doing something that like is a little more risky, like if I'm in the rain or something or bad weather, I'll just throw on a pair of mids.
So they're just beaters to you?
Kind of. But hey, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to wear these in the rain.
I get it. No, I get it. I understand. I wouldn't wear these either, so
Yeah, but there's lots of underrated colorways.
definitely. We'll talk about some of those in this video. We actually have one here in the shop that we'll show you that I think is a great pair for everybody to have. So, do you own any pairs of Jordan 1 mids?
I got 2 pairs.
2 pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Which colorways?
Jordan 1 top 3 and I think they're called the Lightning Blue. I don't wear them often.
No.
What about you?
No pairs.
Oh, you got rid of them?
Not anymore. No.
Dang.
We'll talk about that pair a little later in the video, but
Okay, all right.
okay, let's talk about what we do and don't like about Jordan 1 mids.
Okay, right off the bat, I hate the tongue.
Okay.
The tongue is stupid.
Why do you hate the tongue?
It's the weirdest shape.
Really?
It's like, and then the little logo on most of them is really bad.
You like, so the Jordan logo?
Yeah.
You would prefer
I prefer that kind of logo.
like a Nike Air logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Okay, so the tongue is weird.
Yeah. Generally, they don't have the best materials. They're not bad, but they're
I mean, you can
Not
make
as
the
good as
same
highs.
argument about
lows, highs,
a
everything.
lot of other pairs,
Yeah,
though.
that's true. I just feel like there's more mids with not as good quality as there are like highs.
Yeah, and I think again that goes kind of back into what we talked about when we had the cool grays. Just because I think they're producing mids on a higher, like just more amount of mids than they are of these other pairs because they want everybody to have a pair of Jordans if they want them. So quality production is always going to take a hit when like that kind of thing happens. So that's
Yeah.
understandable. But I do think they have done well with a few pairs. I will agree. Like I said, I don't love the Jordan label or the Jordan logo on the tongue. I do prefer Nike personally, but that's just a personal thing. I mean, that's not something I'm going to get caught up on.
Yeah.
Something else I hate about mids.
Oh.
Yeah, I cannot stand this. I just wish they would be more creative with them
Oh.
because
yeah.
I feel like a lot of times they just take highs and they're like, oh, this is popular. Like, let's just make something very similar to this and sell it as a mid.
Yeah.
know?
But it's like just different enough where it's like
Yeah.
it's not as good.
So like good examples, obviously, like the Chicago, like the black
Oh, I
toe
hate
Chicagos.
those.
Yeah.
There's like 4 different colorways.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then they have the band, they have the Royals, the top threes.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
All right.
You think the mids are better than the highs?
Oh, no.
Okay.
But my top 3s are pretty nice.
No.
They're not nice.
I'm just gonna say no.
They're-
No, they're not.
The midsole's cracking already.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing though I can't stand. I cannot stand that they can not just do a whole new like colorways.
And
right?
do some like, because with highs, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they have like an idea and they're like, okay, this would be perfect for a high. And then the mids get all like
It's almost
it's like they're just not even trying.
you know those like mystery flavored like suckers they used to
Oh,
have, and they would be different every time because they just took whatever was left in the pot and made it into a flavor.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like Jordan
exactly
1
what I
mids
was
are
trying to say.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they're just like, we have all of this excess material from this shoe. Let's just use this on a Jordan 1 mid and push it out.
I feel like they do that with some lows too, though.
Yeah, but I feel like not as much, like lows aren't as much of a concern in that area because they do OG colorways of the lows.
You're right.
Yes, like the Neutral Gaze,
Yeah.
Starfish, Chicago's, so on and so forth. I mean,
Yeah.
so, yeah, dude, just like, I just feel like there's a lot of the time there's a lack of creativity in Jordan 1 mids, but there are a few pairs that I did want to talk about that they did
Okay.
a really good job on. So number one, these are two are similar. They can kind of be interchangeable, and we have one pair in the shop right now. The college grays or the linens,
Okay.
whatever you want to call them, and then the tan gum. Will you grab those?
Where? Okay. These are nice.
Yeah,
I actually really like these. What size are these?
not yours.
Okay. All right.
Okay, this is a perfect pair, right? College gray, Jordan 1 mids.
Perfect.
This is our fourth pair that we've had in the shop. The other 3 pairs we've all had for less than 24 hours because they just sell immediately. And for good reason. What isn't there not to like about this shoe, right? Great colors.
The stupid tongue.
The tongue, I guess if you want to get nitpicky, you could say that the tongue is weird. But great colors, good materials, good quality. It's not tumbled leather, obviously, but
like,
it's darn near close.
it's pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shoe that goes with everything. I know that's, important to you.
I like one of yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
See, that right there is a perfect example of how Jordan 1 mids should be.
Yeah. Original colorways, because they don't have a high. of
Nope,
this,
exactly.
or even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. They didn't even do original colorways for mids.
No more original colorways. We hate those.
What? Hold on, what? Mid original.
Yes, for mids.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
All right, other pairs. The Barely Rose women's Jordan 1 mids.
Okay.
They're like a little bit pink. Yeah, like they have a pink hue to them.
That's one was a while ago.
Those are fire. Yeah, we did have a pair of those. Not every pair of these that they did was good, but the Fearless Jordan 1 mids that they've
I
done.
really like most of those.
Yeah, oh
There's-
my gosh. I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to butcher it, but the women's pair that they did that are crazy
They have the
expensive.
watches on them.
But that pair, super good. The Fearless ones, like the Fearless Blue, the Greats.
Do those have the zoom in them too?
What?
The Fearless Zoom.
No, that's a different pair. I think
Those
that
are the
was
highs.
Yeah, that was a pair of highs. Yeah, anyways,
yeah,
those two
yeah.
were misses. But other than that, like a lot of those Fearless pairs, those are super good, and I think those give you like a different perspective on mids.
Yeah, because I don't think people look at mids and are like, ooh, that's like bougie, you know,
Right,
as they would like a patent bread or whatever.
right.
But that kind of changes it if you have freaking watches on your shoes.
Yeah, just like good, crazy details, good collaborations. I feel like can really help like the shoe gain popularity. Because again, I think it's a good silhouette, right? It's going to be cheaper than highs 99% of the time, more accessible than highs.
I love that, more accessible, because that's what my first pair was a pair of mids.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Actually, that's not true. My first real pair was like a pair of Bread Fours, but
Oh,
my first pair of ones
Stop.
was a pair of mids. I will say that.
Yeah,
my first
right.
pair of ones was a pair of mids.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, because it's just easy. You can pretty much get in whatever. So, the women's perspective, Air Jordan 1 mids, anti-gravity machines. I mean,
Those are nice.
the list goes on, right?
Yeah,
So they have all these good pairs that they can model kind of these ideas with, but they just need to do more with the shoe.
yeah,
You know, I just feel like it's a silhouette that they kind of take advantage of by saying we're gonna push out, you know, these cheap, like not as great quality colorways with this and this and this. And I mean, just because people can't get their hands on highs, they just buy them. So
yeah.
step it up, Nike.
I actually like how people can like get them if they like don't have the means for them, you know. And I think everybody wants Jordans. Most people want Jordans.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an easy way to get them.
Yeah.
And because they're some of them are stupid cheap.
True. All right, so we've talked about them. Now I gotta know: do you like Jordan 1 mids or not?
For me personally, I'm not a fan. I don't wear them, but for other people, I love how they're accessible. They're cheap for people that want to get Jordans. They can get them easily.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just not it.
I don't wear them. I probably won't very often. If I do, it won't be for long.
You get 2 pairs.
2.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about you?
Something doesn't add up, but it's fine. I like them. A lot of the colorways, again, they're a shoe that's going to catch people's eyes, especially those pairs that we mentioned earlier. I think that they're doing a better job getting better colorways out, things that aren't based off of original shoes, things that are more creative. They're taking, I think, more time with it. And I think you've noticed because mids are honestly getting harder and harder to find. Like,
And everybody has them.
yeah,
So many people.
getting harder to find for retail, harder to find when they first drop. So honestly, like Jordan 1 mids are good. Jordan mids are great. It's another good option if you want a pair of Jordan 1s, but you don't really want to blow, you know, your whole budget on a pair of highs. And if you don't like the low cut, you saw the difference in hand between the high and the mids. It's an eighth
not
of an
that
inch
much.
maybe.
Yeah.
So if you can get over, you know, the thicker tongue, the Jordan logo on the tongue, just a few minor details, I think it's a great option.
For sure.
I got one more question for you. Last
Okay.
question.
All right.
Do you think Jordan 1 mids are continue to get more popular?
I
or do you
think
think
so.
it's peaked?
I think they'll get more popular.
Yeah.
Because if Nike's gonna keep doing what they've been doing with mids, because recently they've been starting to like get some more creative colorways. If they keep innovating on them and like getting more unique, like original mid colorways, then I think they'll just start. They're only gonna get bigger from here.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think especially with like the sneaker game and just kind of culture, like everything is getting more popular surrounding sneakers.
Yeah.
Harder to get pairs, especially pairs of highs for like good, like reasonable prices.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that Jordan 1 mids are going to continue to be popular and even get more popular just because, you know, like we talked about, more accessible, cheaper, so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
if you want to wear Jordan 1 mids, you go ahead. You do you. And if they're a nice colorway, I will compliment you. And I will say, hey man, I like your shoes.
Thank you, cut you.
Dap you up. Any final say on Jordan 1 mids?
If you wear them, I won't bully you too much.
It doesn't matter what he says to me.
Okay,
anyways,
okay.
So it'll be fine. Thanks for watching. This was fun to make.
Yeah. Surprised we didn't beat each other up.
I mean, yet. Click the link in the description. Go to
Oh my gosh. What was that?
what?
Nothing. Okay, continue. Thank you for watching. Follow us on Instagram at CleanKicksLab. And that's it. Is that everything?
All is personal.
Oh,
CleanKick7.
CleanKick7, yeah.
Don't follow my personal. Thanks again for watching. See you next week.